welcome back to the channel on College Process. Once again, I'm Ed from Principia Prep, and today we're going to be going over being the smartest kid in the room when picking a college. But before we begin, if you are new to the channel and looking for additional college content, please hit the subscription button down below. It will notify you when new videos do come out. As well as if you do enjoy today's video, please leave us a like. It does help the channel. As well as if you have any comments or questions throughout today's video, or any questions about the video itself, just leave them down below in the comment section. I do answer all your questions you guys send me here on the YouTube channel. As well as, once again, we are running the James Memorial Scholarship for this year's senior class 21-22 academic year. So if you want to be eligible for the James Memorial Scholarship this year for senior class, or if you want to help us increase the scholarship amounts for this year's senior class, very simple. In the description down below is the video link. You can watch it. It'll explain exactly how the whole thing works. As well as, also in the description down below, we also have the organization's Venmo, as well as our Buy Us a Coffee if you want to help support the channel here, allowing us to keep making these college videos for you guys out there. And all that being said, let's jump right into today's video. Being the smartest kid in the room when picking a college. Now, in 25 years of being a college advisor, I've met some insanely smart students. I mean, 20 AP, IB, dual credit type students, you know, the 36 ACT scores, the 1600 SAT scores, the perfect PSAT scores, so on and so forth. The resumes that are 3 or 4 pages long, etc. And to me, while they are extremely bright, the truth is I consider another type of student the smartest. The student that chooses the right college based on a life hack that no one really talks about. And for you to understand what I mean, you have to realize that all families fall into basically 3 different categories when it comes to choosing a college, or at least a student choosing a college with the family. And basically you have group number 1 where they choose a college that gives them no money. Then you have group number 2 that chooses schools to give them a little bit of money or some of the money. And then you have group number 3 that gives them basically all the money they need to cover the college expenses, or just a ton of money is thrown at that student. And what typically ends up happening, good, bad, or different, for whatever reason, is it almost seems like a lot of students just V-line to group number 1. The college that gives them no money for whatever reason seems to be the school they've fallen in love with, their dream college, etc. And of course that ends up also being the most expensive school to start with in some cases. And whether it's because of name brand or because what they think the college can or can't provide them versus what every other college can do, it ends up being a burden on the family. And here is where the divide for me happens and the smartest students essentially emerge. And for me, the smartest students in the room are the ones that go to the affordable college choice, and here is where the divide happens. They elect to do essentially their life hacks, and where I believe those smartest students, not just because they chose the more affordable college, but because of the fact they figured out essentially a life hack to go into the more expensive school, the dream school they thought of going to. Instead of going there, they still get all the benefits there, but they go to the affordable college, and let me explain to you how they do it. And here is where their brilliance, essentially in my eyes, come through. They choose the affordable college, and then they make a class schedule where they're in class Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then, every Thursday or Friday, they leave the campus and drive to see their friends at Penn State, or UConn, or UDEL, or Miami, or UCLA, or USC, or Boston, wherever they may be. Spend the weekend there, have a great time, do the tailgating, go see the game, do the parties, go hang out with friends, socialize throughout the whole campus. Essentially get all the trappings of that college where they really wanted to go to, the amazing campus and so on and so forth, without paying a single cent of tuition to that college. Then on Sunday they head back to their college, they relax, take time off, get ready for class. Tuesday starts their classes, they go Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Thursday comes around, and then lather, rinse, repeat. Essentially, they do this for weeks and weeks and weeks, in some cases months, in some cases years. So essentially, they're taking the education at the affordable rate and going to the affordable college, because as you've seen all my other videos, pretty much every college is the same as far as the benefits it gives you, both academically or career-wise and so on and so forth. So what they do, they go to the affordable college, get their degree, and in the meantime, get all the social stuff they want, or what they thought the other colleges would provide, out of the way by going to the more expensive schools, essentially on the weekends, visiting their friends, and doing everything else their friends are doing without paying that huge tuition cost. And of course with that, they're able to have all the best Instagrams, Snaps, YouTube videos, the amazing college life on their timeline, so on and so forth, with a fraction of the cost. And this is why I consider them the most brilliant. Even though the student who has the perfect SATs or GPA, etc. on paper seems to be the brilliant student, it's really the student that finds a life hack where they can get the education at an affordable rate, while at the same time doing all the social stuff, the games and everything else they want to do at the more expensive college. Because what they've done is they eliminated what a lot of students end up doing. If you go to the expensive college, you have essentially 10, 20, in some cases 30 years of student loan debt on top of you to take care of once you guys leave college. because I tell students all the time, you really have to think of your college list, where you're going, where you end up depositing at, as essentially what happens 5 years after high school, what happens after I finish. If I can't move out of my parents' house because I have to move back in because I have too much student loan debt, you basically, all you did was have a really good time for 4 years and then mortgage your 20s, essentially, which you don't want to do. But if you want to have a good time, you want to hang out and socialize and go see all the sights and so on and so forth, it still can be done. This for me is the smartest students that I see every year that end up doing this. And of course, this can be done by anyone, to be honest with you. The 20 AP student, the 5 AP student, even the student that has no APs, no honors, no dual credit, no nothing in high school. Every student can do this. You guys can go to the affordable colleges and then socialize at the other universities with your friends. These are things to think about. Essentially, all of you out there, the students, the parents, everyone watching these videos, you guys can be or have the smartest student in the room. So essentially the way it works is this. If you're the student who's able to do everything you wanted in college, whatever it may be as far as a social atmosphere, networking, so on and so forth, if you're able to do that at a reduced cost, essentially the way it works is the student who leaves school with the least amount of debt or no debt wins. This is the way it works. It's the way it works in life, by the way. If you can start off life with no debt and you did everything else you want to do, socialize, the parties, hanging out, the games, the tailgatings, and everything else, if you're able to do all that at a mitigated cost or no cost at all, then guess what? You won. Essentially, you are the smartest person in the room because you got to do what everyone else got to do, but instead of spending $60,000, $70,000, or even $80,000 a year, which is now kind of like the new starting price for private colleges nowadays, unfortunately, you, instead of going into, let's say, $200,000 in debt or $250,000 in debt, which nowadays I see on average in some cases, which is insane, you were able to do all of that stuff, which would have cost you, let's say, $250,000 for nothing or a very reduced price because you weren't paying for admissions, let's call it, to the parties, the social life, and everything else. That's what makes the student the smartest student in the room, in my eyes, is getting through college, eliminating the debt, doing all the social stuff without burdening your 20s or essentially mortgaging your 20s because of the fact that you wanted to go to the dream college. The dream college aspects, the things that on the peripheral, we'll call it, outside of the classroom, can all be done without paying the tuition price, without paying the sticker price, let's call it. So it's something to consider as you go through this whole college process of choosing your college list or picking your colleges and so on and so forth. And all that being said, if you guys have any comments, any questions, please leave them down below. I do answer all your comments and questions, by the way, you guys leave down below in the comment section. As well as if you do enjoy today's video, please leave us a like. It does help the channel. As well as, and all that being said, on the screen is now my contact information. If you need help with any part of the process, whether it be admissions, financial aid, or anything whatsoever in the college process at all, just shoot me a call or a text or even an email. On the screen is all my information. I do help out families on a one-on-one basis with the entire process. If you need help, just feel free to reach out. Once again, text message is the fastest way to reach me, by the way. And other than that, thank you for watching today's video. Once again, I'm Ed from Principia Prep.